105.9 Academy FM.
The sound of Folkestone.
The team started, we did our first race in July, and basically there's a group of us that have ridden together for a couple of years, and we decided that we were going to, sort of take it a little bit more serious, but not too serious, and get together, start a team up. Mm-hmm. And my company is a main sponsor of the team.
And your company is GWB. What's that stand for?
It's the GWB stands for Glass Whiteboard. My company is the Glass Whiteboard Company.
So the company makes glass whiteboards. You're based locally, and you're sponsoring this cycle team. Now, a lot of people will have seen the Tour de France and so on the telly recently, and you see, hundreds of riders go past on bikes. How many people have you got in this cycle team of yours?
In the team, there's 11 of us all together. We're trying to keep it small at the moment because we just want to. It's just really working out how, logistically and how we can ride and get everything together so we can do a proper job.
Okay.
We're going to go into next year with the same size team. We're fortunate we've got a team of good riders that ride together. And we've got some good results in races, and we're sort of quite up on our sort of social media stuff as well. So we're trying to get the word out there.
Sure, yeah, you do Facebook and so on very well. We'll talk a little bit about that later. Now, first, explain to me with bike racing. A lot of people at home will have a mountain bike. Some may have a road bike, but you do in the winter what's called cyclocross. Alex, tell me a little bit about what cyclocross actually is.
It was originally intended for people that would race on the road in the summer, for them to do some riding and training throughout the winter. And it's gradually progressed from there. It basically consists of on and off road, a bit of running, a bit of carrying your bike, a few obstacles, maybe some steps to run up. It's quite varied. Races tend to be quite short, about an hour for a senior race. It's just very intense racing. And obviously throughout the winter it tends to be quite muddy and wet for most of that.
So you're going flat out, like across fields and obstacles and carrying your bike around.
It tends to be based sort of in country parks and park areas with sort of a little bit of woodland, with the onus being on it being quite fast and intense racing rather than specifically very slow and technical.
I know recently that you've got some excellent results in cyclocross races, but you've actually just had about 4 years off, haven't you? And before that, you were doing very well, because I've got a piece of paper in front of me that says you were twice junior national cyclocross champion.
Yeah, that's right.
So you were a national champion as a junior, and then you took 4 years off.
Yeah,
why?
Basically. I'd been cycling for a good maybe 10 years, gradually getting more and more focused on progression. Probably for the last 3 years of riding, I had been pretty full on with it. Travelling all around Europe and the world, basically racing for Great Britain.
Wow.
And things just gradually progressed, and I was at the stage of sort of finishing off at school in sixth form, whether to carry on with cycling up to the next level, and just a lot of different things were going on, and one thing and another, I ended up stopping, basically, yeah.
But now you're, after 4 years,
yeah.
now you're back. Aaron, he's come back after a 4-year break, and he seems to have done rather well. In fact, he's won the last few races that he's entered, isn't that right?
Yeah, Alex done exceptionally well. It's, like I say, he's been riding for 2, maybe 3 months. He's had a few weeks off for an injury in that as well, and then he's come back and done what he's done.
Makes you sick, doesn't it?
It does really, because I've been working hard for 3 years, and can't even. It's just a different level. So it's good for us because it brings us all on as well. And we sort of see the focus he has, and it sort of makes us focus a bit more as well.
Sure. Alex, tell us about the last few races that you've had.
Most recent being last week, which was a round of the London South East Cyclocross League. Which, as Aaron said, I won that one last week, which was the first win for me for having started riding again, which is always good. I've been competing in that league, which has had 5 or 6 events so far, which I've gradually progressed to that. I've had a few podium finishes, and I've also competed in the first round of the national series of cyclocross, which is called the National Trophy Series. That started off a couple of weeks ago in Abergavenny in Wales. Which I had a reasonable finish in 27th, Which
27th out of how many?
I think around 60 started. Yeah, it's basically the highest level of that type of racing in this country. Quite happy with 27th for the first national race I've done for a long time.
Excellent. That all sounds very promising. Aaron, people think of cycling teams as things like that do the Tour de France and so on, and they've got the impression that there's a lot of big money behind them. For a local team like this, presumably you must need to call on quite a few sponsors. Who else is helping you along with your company, the Glass Whiteboard Company?
Well, as well as the Glass Whiteboard Company, we've got Active Cycles Folkestone. They're making a big contribution to us. And we've also got Bontrager and Torque energy drinks involved with us as well. And a company called Spring Starter, which are based in Ashford, who one of the other riders, Phil Lenny, that's his company he works for. You've
got here what looks like an up-and-coming team with some very promising people in it. It's potentially an opportunity for other businesses to get their name out there and pictures in the paper, which I'm sure will happen fairly soon. Are you actually actively looking for other companies to sponsor, put their name on your jerseys and give you a bit of money, or sponsor equipment or something like that?
Yeah, I think at the moment, it's this year we've just been trying out to see what happens and what the complications are. And, it is, unfortunately, it is an expensive sport. Once you've got the kit, you've got to get the bikes. And then you've got to enter the races, which on, in the summer we were doing a couple of races a week, which was costing each guy maybe £40, plus you got your travelling there. So just on a local sort of level, it's a very expensive race. So yeah, we're going to start, once we've got this sort of this year out of the way, for next year we're going to try and come up with some plans to try and maybe involve some extra businesses. One of the reasons I've got involved with it, obviously I like cycling, but from a commercial point of view as well, they're saying that cycling is the new playing golf. Where most business used to be done on the golf course, they're saying most business is now done in the saddle.
All these middle-aged men in lycra doing lots of business.
Yeah, there's a special name for them. I can't think what it is, but they've come up with some sort of a special name. Yeah, but it's it's they're saying in the city it's another thing for the guys to spend their money on, So I think it's, and hopefully through that we can get a bit of interest with the team, promoting the team through the business as well, because we've got some quite big clients.
Do you think, Alex, that now is the time to promote cycling and raise awareness of teams like this at a grassroots level, thanks to the winning the Tour de France and the Olympics and so on?
Yeah, certainly. For me, cycling is just getting bigger and bigger. It's becoming more of a well-known sport, whereas previously when I was involved with cycling, it was very much a minority sport. If you said to someone I was going to do a bike race, they'd look at you a bit funny and wonder what you were going to do. But especially recently with obviously the success in the Tour de France throughout the summer, with obviously British riders coming first and second, which is sort of making history really, and also the Olympics. The profile of cycling is just getting bigger and bigger, especially because it's a sport a lot of people can get involved in, whether at whatever level you want to do it. If you want to go and ride down the park, do you know what I mean, and do that, and that's fine. There's quite a lot of it's quite a sociable sport as well. People can get into it, go out in a group of people, go out for a nice ride, have a chat. You can do it at pretty much any level you like, and you can always get involved.
Aaron, tell us about how people can find out about the team and what presence you have online.
There's a few options. We've got a website is teamgwb.co.uk. We've got a Twitter account which is at GWB Racing, and we've also got a Facebook account which is Team GWB-active.
Okay, so if you're listening at home and you're interested in cycling and what the team are doing, then do check it out. Thank you both for coming in. Good luck with the team, and Alex, good luck with your next few races.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's been good to speak to you.